Good evening, students, and welcome back to our BSc second year physics class. In last lecture, we discussed about optical pumping, of 3-level system, optical pumping of 4-level system, and its types. Basically, pumping having 4 different types. One is optical pumping, another is electrical discharge method, direct conversation, and in elastic atom-atom collision between atoms. Basically, atom pumping is nothing but the process to achieve the population inversion in the media is called pumping action. It is essential requirement for production of a laser beam. Okay, so these are the basic we have learned in last lecture. Today we are going to discuss its characteristics of laser. Then we will discuss components of a laser. Okay, let's start one by one. Laser light having 4 unique characteristics that differentiate it from ordinary light. These are coherence, directionality, monochromatic, and a fourth one is high intensity. So let us discuss one by one. Coherence. We know that visible light is emitted when excited electrons or electron in the higher energy level jump into the lower energy level or into the ground state. The process of electron moving from higher energy level to the lower energy level or lower energy level to the higher energy level is called as electron transaction. So, basic concept we know all. Okay. In ordinary light source like lamp, sodium lamp or torch light, the electron transaction occurs naturally. In other words, electron transaction in ordinary light source is random in time. So that the photons emitted from ordinary light source have different energies, having different frequencies, wavelength or color. Okay. Hence, the light wave of ordinary light source have many wavelengths, Therefore, photon emitted by an ordinary light source are out of phase. If we see, out of phase means what? All light gives incoherent light, or the ordinary source gives incoherent light, means what? All the waves which are coming from that source having different wavelength, frequency, color. That is why this is incoherent light. In laser, the electron transaction occurs artificially. In other words, in laser, electron transaction occurs in specific time. It is occurred in specific time. All the photons emitted in laser having the same energy, having same frequency or wavelength. Okay. Hence, the light waves of laser light have single wavelength and color also. Therefore, the wavelength of the laser light are in phase in space and time. In laser, a technique called stimulated emission is used to produce a light. If we see the second diagram, all the waves having same color, same frequency, same wavelength and all are in phase with each other. That is why that source is nothing but a coherent source. If that source having different wavelength, different color, different energy and all are different in phase with each other, that source is nothing but a incoherent source. Okay. So, For production of laser light, we required a coherent source having single frequency, all the waves in phase with each others. Okay. So, this light generated by laser is highly coherent. Because of this coherence, a large amount of power can be reconnected in a narrow space. Okay. So, light generated by laser is highly coherent first of all. Then because of this coherence, a large amount of power can be concentrated in a narrow space. Okay. This is the first property or characteristic of laser beam. Second one is the directionality. Second one is the directionality. In conventional light source like lamp, sodium lamp, torch light, photons will travel in random direction. Therefore, these light sources emit light in all possible directions. In all possible directions. On the other hand, in laser, all photons will travel in same direction. Therefore, laser emits light only in one direction. This is called directionality of laser light. Directionality of a laser light. The width of a laser beam is extremely narrow. Hence, a laser beam can travel a long distance without spreading. If we see this diagram, in which ordinary light source spread more, there is no directionality. And in other hand, if we consider a laser source, it is highly directional. It can travel a longer distance without any deviation. That is the another important characteristic of laser. If an ordinary light travels a distance of 2 km, it spreads about a 2 km in diameter. If we see in this diagram. On the other hand, if a laser light travels a distance 2 km, it spread to a diameter lesser than 2 cm. This is the main difference between the ordinary light and laser light. That's why laser light is highly directional. Okay. Next one is the monochromatic. A monochromatic light means a light containing a single color or a wavelength. Containing a single color or a wavelength. The photons emitted from ordinary light source have different energy, frequency, wavelength or different color also. Okay. The light waves of ordinary light source have many wavelengths or colors. So that the ordinary light is mixture of waves having different frequencies or a wavelength, obviously. On the other hand, in laser, all the emitted photons have the same energy, frequency or wavelength. Okay. Hence, the light wave of laser have single wavelength or color. Therefore, laser light covers a very narrow range of frequency or a wavelength. It covers very narrow range of frequency or wavelength. This is the third important characteristics of laser. Now, fourth one is the high intensity. What it means? You know that the intensity of a wave is the energy per unit time flowing throughout a unit normal area. Intensity of wave is nothing but energy per unit time flowing throughout a unit normal area. In an ordinary light source, the light spread out uniformly in all directions. directions. If you look at a 100-watt lamp filament from a distance 30 centimeter, the power entering your eyes is less than 1 by 1000 of a watt. 1 by 1000 of a watt. In laser, the light spread is small in small region of space and in a small wavelength range. Hence, the laser light has greater intensity when compared to the ordinary light. If you compare with the ordinary light, if you took directly along the beam from a laser, then all the power in the laser would enter your eyes. Even 1 watt laser would appear many thousand times more intense than 100-watt ordinary. But don't do it, or don't try this. This is just example to compare a ordinary source with a laser source. Okay. Thus, these 4 properties of laser beam enabled us to cut a huge block of steel by melting. They are also used for recording or reproducing large information on a compact disc. Okay, these are the important characteristics of a laser beam. If we move forward, next part is components of a laser. Basically, there are 3 important components of a laser. First one is the active medium, second one is the pumping energy source, and third one is the resonance cavity. We will discuss one by one. Just see this diagram. Active medium, first active medium. It is the material in which the laser action takes place. The active medium may be solid crystal such as ruby or NdYAG, or liquid dye, or gas like CO2 or helium, neon, or semiconductor such as gallium arsenide. Means simply active medium is in which the laser action takes place. It may be solid crystal, it may be a semiconductor, it may be gas, whatever it may be. Okay. This medium decides the wavelength of a laser radiation. Active medium contain atom which can produce more stimulated emission than spontaneous emission. It produces more stimulated emission than spontaneous emission and cause amplification. They are called as active center. They are called as active center. Okay. This is an important role of active medium in laser. Now, second one is the pumping energy source or excitation mechanism. Energy source pumps the active center from ground state to the excited state to achieve the population inversion. Pumping energy source or energy source, it requires to pump a ground state atoms to a excited state. That's why we achieve the population inversion at a excited state. The pumping by energy source can be optical or electrical or chemical. It depends on active medium. It depends on the active medium. The energy source, the main work of energy source is to increase the population of excited atoms. Okay. Now third one is the resonance cavity. Resonance cavity consists of active medium enclosed between two mirrors. Active medium enclosed between two mirrors. One is highly reflective mirror, means it reflects 100%, and other is partially transmission mirror, means 99% reflective. 99% reflective. That place is nothing but a resonance cavity. That place is nothing but a resonance cavity. These three important components required to produce a laser beam. So, by using these three components, we are going to discuss three different types of laser. One is ruby laser, and we will discuss its advantages, disadvantages and application. Then HENE laser, it is also called as a helium neon laser. We will discuss its characteristic, application, advantages, disadvantages, and finally we will discuss semiconductor diode laser, its merits, demerits and application. Okay. So, if you have any doubt with characteristics of laser and components of laser, you can ask me in comment section. The remaining part of this chapter we will discuss in next lecture. So, thank you.